So today we're doing door handles on a CRZ, Honda CRZ, very common. This is what the car looks like. These are very common for having broken handles, and that's what I'm gonna be replacing today. These cars, they have metal upgrades that they make in the forums, but my friend got an eBay set. These are what they are. And they worked pretty well, but I realized I had issues on the driver's side, but the passenger side went completely well in very, very good detail because I just did this not even like 5 hours ago. So check out the video. Here are the tools you are going to need. Allen socket set, drill set, flathead, screwdriver, a ratchet, extensions for the ratchet. I would recommend a power tool, like a 3/8 power tool if you have one, but it's not necessarily. A ratchet will work just fine. But you are going to need a drill for one of the thicker Phillips bolts that are on the door. So I'm going to recommend the drill because of that reason, and a Phillips number 3. But if you get the drill set that I'm throwing up here, it will come with that as it is, so you won't need too much of this tools. I am going to lastly recommend a trim tool kit because the trims on these cars, they break very easily, especially my Honda and the CRZ. They break very, very easily. I've already broken the side trims, so a trim tool is definitely necessary for this job, and it's going to get you very, very far. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to kick it to the video. Enjoy. So door handles, CRZ. This will make this super quick. As far as I've been doing so far, over here you have 2 Phillips head screws. Over here you have another one. Alright, so far what I've needed, Phillips head screwdriver. So I'm going to put this back where it was. And there's going to be a thing right here, sitting over there, Phillips head on that. You unscrew that, you unscrew this, unplug this from that. I'm just going to show you on the passenger side. 2 screws here. So far that's really been it. And then this whole thing comes off. And in the back, you have these things which become brittle, so be careful when you're taking these off. So I've gotten to this point right now. You want to pull this away. There's going to be a black grommet right here that holds all this. It's right there. You want to take that off. Before you take this whole trim panel off, there's a small LED that rests right there. I just twisted it off, unclamped it from here, and that knocks it loose from all of this. And sliding the handle off from that hole instead of disconnecting the lines to prevent these from breaking, because they will break. So I just slid the handle through that hole in a sideways format so it would be able to slip out. And here's what we want to hang this right here to prevent it from moving while working on stuff. Now you want to have gloves because this black stuff that seals that will get messy all around you. So run through this. Now you guys know what else to do. So if this has never been taken off, I guess you're supposed to remove this too. I highly recommend getting a drill, a power drill, because they're on there pretty good, and it's gonna be a number 3. My bad for the bright light. So we're just gonna go with that with the impact and remove that. Yeah.
Just move my cover shit.
So long story short, I got the handle out and stuff. Just make sure you pay attention to this and the rod location and the bracket location when you pull it out. But I'm gonna upload an image right here of what's supposed to look like when you put this back in, and then you just reinstall it. You want to reinstall this at an angle like this. Sit it in place, put the handle in with the bar facing down, and then put the screws on through the back. It's gonna be 2 from here, and then 1 through this over here. It's not that hard, as you could tell. I'm recording this for the 3rd time. That's how dedicated I am to these videos. Oh, please leave a like and please subscribe, bro. I try to explain as much detail as I can, and I'm exhausted. So now you're putting this back together. Now that the rod is in the door and you've made sure those 2 Allen bolts are now hand tight, what you want to do now is put the lock mechanism in a diving location. So you want to dive, make sure the rod that's sticking in the door goes into that lock mechanism. So in, up, make it sit into place, and then put the 2 screws in, the bottom one in, and the one on the side of the door in. Now at this point, you can install the window frame. Make sure the gasket sits evenly from metal on metal. Put that in, and then you want to run the 10 ml one with the washer on next. At this point, you should have the door handle in with the frame set into place properly, the door mechanism, and the door frame rail on and torqued down properly. All these you can put them on hand tight. You don't have to go excessive with them. And I think that should be it. Now you should have the handle sticking out a little bit more. You want to clip them back onto the door panel itself, and snake the handle back into the trim. And then at this point, you can clip everything back together, snap them into place. You're going to grab the little Phillips screw that in that holds the trim onto the panel itself. Screw that in, grab your switch. The switch kind of goes like this. So put it in like in a little diving motion and then set it into place. Obviously, you're going to put the connector onto the switch or else you want to roll up and down. You get the point. And then you want to run the other screw, the handle screws. There's two Phillips screws. And then you put the trim panel on. Now at this point, you want to make sure that everything works. So go ahead and roll up the window down first. Make sure it goes down smoothly. If it doesn't go up and down smoothly, lubricate that gasket because they generally do get old. So lubricate them, put a little bit of oil on it. That should fix it. And now if the door doesn't lock and unlock evenly, or if it doesn't stay in place firmly, you might want to double check your work with those two Allen screws through the access hole, because I've had issues with that before. Just make sure it's on there tightly and somebody's putting force on. So if this is the door handle, you want to make sure it's putting force on it while you're being tightened on the back side of it. So that's a fix for that. And then sometimes it's just cheap products, you know. These are OEM Honda handles. They're going to go in a lot nicer and they're going to sit a lot nicer. But these Amazon handles, like I'm saying, you're always going to have some type of issue or fitment problem. I hope this video will help. I'm trying to describe this as much detail as possible, but this is what I'm left with. So drop a comment below if you have any questions about these CRZ door handles. They're a common problem, so everyone's probably breaking them. So drop a comment below if you need advice before doing this job. And that was it for me. I'm the Walmart Type R. See you guys. God loves you too, and I love you too. Bye.